Hello and welcome to this video series on Microsoft Fabric. In this video, we are going to cover a hands-on tutorial on data pipeline within Fabric. Here we are going to copy the data from Blob Storage to a Fabric Lakehouse. Let's try to understand the pipelines in Microsoft Fabric, or typically what are the data pipelines. In our data pipelines, we always have a source in which the data is residing, and then we have a destination where we want to load the data. So this step actually consists of a data source, and it might also include some intermediate step of transformation and cleaning, and then finally the loading. So it is known as extract, transform, and load. And this pipeline is typically known as ETL pipeline. We can make this case simpler for our video, and we will only involve two steps: extract and load. Extract means we have as a source, we have a blob storage, and we are going to load it into Microsoft Fabric Lakehouse. So let's get started. So we are in the home tab right now. As we see here in the left tab, we have workspaces. We'll create a new workspace for this tutorial and we will name it accordingly. And since we are extracting our data from blob storage, so let's give it a suitable name, and this is blob data extraction. Apply, and this will create now a workspace. As you can see, blob data extraction. Here you see new items. Since we have to copy the data from blob, so for that we need a pipeline. So let's create a pipeline, and we have this default name, and let's replace it with a suitable name. So blob copy PL, and we will create this pipeline now. Now we will see that this pipeline will be created soon. And we are already inside this pipeline. And we see in this pipeline, blob copy pipeline, we have multiple activities. And we'll select the copy data. And let's give this a proper name as well. And let's call it blob data copy. Now here we have source tab as well. And we have to select the connections from here. Here there are previous connection as well. Ignore them and let's try to create a new one. And this is something that you will achieve in browse all. So let's click browse all. And we can search here. If we enter blob, we see already this is standard connector. And here we have connection settings, and under these you will see many things that you have to know already concerning the blob storage account that you want to connect with. And the first thing is account name or URL. Now we are in our Azure portal. Here we have our blob storage, and the blob storage name is data doctor storage. Let's copy this. And this is going to be our account name or URL. This is unique name, so only entering this name would be sufficient. And here you'll see create new connection, and here we can also give appropriate connection name. Let's call it blob key access, because the method we are going to use here is the count key, which is the simplest but not recommended in terms of security. But for the sake of this tutorial, we will do this first, and we will also in the next video see what are the other methods which are more secure. Here we have many things, and under security plus networking you will find the access keys. Here you can see the key you can show and you can copy. And here in the account keys, just paste it and connect. Now this will try to connect with this data source. And if we are successful, we'll see that everything is okay, otherwise we'll see some error message. And this seems to be successful. Here we see also then the storage browser, we see the blob containers, and here we have already created a folder. Let's see what is inside these folder. We can see here there are multiple files, and here we have not selected any file path yet, but let's, if it is the connection is successful, you'll see the folder inside, and that's what we are seeing. This is the data to extract folder, and we see already these files. Now these files are here, and we are done with this part, but we are still, destination is remaining, means where we want to upload these files within Fabric. So for that matter, we once again press browse all. We ignore the previously existing destinations. Here we have to see another lake house, and we have this already workspace, and we have to create a new lake house within this workspace, and we name that blob data LH lake house. And this should be an easy part, and this is done. Now under the connection of blob data lakehouse, we see the root folder and tables and files. If you're going to save this one, you see that it shows one invalid activity. To see the pipeline, you can't fix or deactivate that activity, and destination must be binary when source is of binary format. And here we see that our root folder, we have connected tables. If we connect file, then this will fix the problem. And now these problems are fixed. We close it and we try to save this pipeline once again. Now this seems to be okay. Our file format is binary, as we can see. And within our workspace, now we can see several things: the pipeline, lakehouse, and yeah, so we have to go back to pipeline. And what we have to do in order to extract or copy the data from Blob storage, that we have to run this pipeline. And before that, let's go within the lakehouse and see if we have any files or data here, which is not the case. So let's run it. And when we press run, it starts running, and you will see the information in the bottom. The display will come where the activity name and status and everything will be shown. And now it is running, in progress. Now it is already succeeded within 19 seconds, and it says here run succeeded. That's great. And now if we are in the lake house, and we see now these three files from blob are actually copied to the lake house. That's great. So this is, now we have achieved copying the files from blob to Fabric Lakehouse. Let's try to do one more thing, and let's browse it. And now let's select one CSV file. Now CSV file, as we know, are the structured file, and this is something that is not binary. Previously we have three files of different format which were also unstructured, and now here we will select only delimited text indicating the CSV. And now we go to destination, and instead of file we'll select the tables. Furthermore, we can create a table actually here, and again we can give some appropriate name to this table, blob data table. Let's create one, and we will save this one. Now we are focusing only on one CSV file, and we will copy this CSV file into one table within Lakehouse. Now we started running it. And now it is done. Let's look in the Lakehouse what is the situation right now. And now we see under the tables there is one table that we created has popped up, and as we look in the table, we load the preview,
and we will see if the data from the CSV is copied, and right now this seems to be the case that our data has been copied. So this operation is also a success.